Hi. Oh my God. Here I am talking and I forgot to press the go live thing. I'm just not very good at this, but I promise I'll get better. I think. I can't get any worse, right? Okay. Amalau, Brown Girl, and Miss Chewy. Hi. Everybody sub up to Miss Chewy, please. She just started a new channel. I subbed the other day. Okay, so what I want to do, I went over and as I'm trying to refine my timeline. Hi, Bob G. With our theory. And it's only a theory. That was only a theory. I know some people are attacking it. That couldn't possibly happen. Well, you know, everything's on the table, right? It actually could possibly happen. Yeah, there's no evidence, but we have no evidence of anything, so anything goes, right? Hi, Rakes. Welcome. Oh, thanks, Miss Chewy. Thank you for doing that. I'd do it if I knew how. Hi, Jen G. Glad you could make it. Okay, so let's get to it. People aren't here yet. They can watch on replay. I think I got this. I'm trying to. All my devices are half dead. I really suck at this. I apologize. You guys deserve better than this. Ooh, Bob G. Pumpkin spice frosty. You know what? I've had 2 pumpkin pecan concrete mixers at Culver's yet, which I think is very restrained of me because sometimes I have one every single day during the fall. I've tried to cut back a little. Plus, it's embarrassing if you go to the same one. But yes, happy October, my birthday month. All the best people are born in October. That's a fact. Okay, so here we are, and this is from the interview room is Bob, stop it. This is from the interview room's interview with Hunter. And he interviewed the rest of the family a little earlier, but I'm not going to go into that. We're just doing the Hunter part. Which, remember, this is Hunter, so we'll have to decide how much weight to give what he says. But I noticed some things that people are saying that he said that I don't see in this interview. For one thing, people are saying that Candace is the one that texted Hunter and asked him if he wanted to go fishing. Oh, John. Yes. Mine is the 11th. My sister's is the 1st. 2 of my friends are on the 11th. One's on the 12th. 2 more of my friends are the 26th. Yeah, I got 15 friends probably and relatives that are in October. It is an awesome month. Not only that, it's cool. There's leaves. There's pumpkins. Halloween. All the best things are in October. Okay, so people are saying that Candace said that Candace texted Hunter. Now, here's what he says. She texted me saying that her grandma was in the hospital. Do you have those texts? No, the TBI has my phone. He's using his grandfather that passed away's phone. So she texted Hunter, said my mom's in the hospital. Okay, and so then I called her up. All right, so after she dropped Candy off at the hospital at 8:30, she apparently was texting with Hunter, and then he called her and said, "Do you want to come over to my house for a while?" And she said, "Yeah, if that's okay with Allie." This is being used by fair use, and I don't think I'm doing anything wrong because I'm not actually showing it. I'm just reading off the transcript. Okay, so Allie said it's okay, which was kind of odd because they hadn't seen each other in a year, right? I'm not sure why Allie would say that was okay, but let's see. So Allie was sleeping. He woke her up, and she said, yeah, it was okay for a little bit. So she said, I'll be over in like 5 to 10 minutes. And he said she got there about 10 o'clock. So she dropped Candy off at 8:30, then talked to Hunter. It was only about 10 minutes to his house, so she had quite a bit of time there. She must have been texting and talking for a while. Okay, so she gets to Hunter's house at around 10. He said he's not good with time. And she gets out of the car with Summer. And supposedly the kids went to work with the father. No, I don't think they are. Somebody just played a thing that said, Hunter said, we left. And then he said, Wayland, he named the kids at home. And somebody said, oh, he just said that he left with the boys and then caught himself and then said he left him at home. No, I think he was saying he left him at home and he stopped in the middle of it to say what the boys' names were. I don't see anything. I know everybody tries to turn everything everybody says into something that fits their theory. But if you just look at what he said, like when Candace said, Don, Summer's dad and my husband, that's not two different people. I know people are saying, oh, she's talking about two different people. Don isn't Summer's dad. Yes, he is. Summer's dad. She's saying Don is Summer's dad and my husband. And then she said he was always a good provider. So obviously she's not talking about two people. Okay, so then it's been a long time with her since he's seen her. He said occasionally on Snapchat until he blocked her. Let's see. I'm reading off these screenshots I did. Okay, so he said, "What's up, dog?" She pulls up in front of the mailbox. He dabs her. Guess that's like a handshake kind of thing. We're all sitting down, and I ask her what happened to Grandma because she wouldn't tell me over the phone. She said that the kids were kicking her knee at Gatlinburg. I wonder if that's really true. Are there pictures of Candy at Gatlinburg or just the other kids and Candace? Hi, Connemara Heather. Welcome. Yeah, Emily. Yeah, absolutely. They don't use common sense, or they're looking through they're trying to conform it to their theory. So they're looking at it with a little bias towards that. I try to not do that. Okay, so she supposedly has a plastic knee. I don't think it's plastic, but she has a... okay, so she went to Holston Valley. And she said, who's with her? He said Summer, not the entire day until we pick up Grandma. Okay, so she said she's here with Grandma. And he said, yeah, Summer, not the entire day until we pick up Grandma. So he's saying she's not with Grandma until they pick up Grandma at the hospital. Okay. So what time do you pick up Grandma? He said it had to be around 11. It had to be around 11. Oh, no. Wait. Sorry. When Grandis was young, she was on painkillers for her migraine. Actually, she was on painkillers because she hurt her back in the carnival. She did hurt her knee, allegedly, at Family Dollar. Is that Family Dollar where she worked? Yeah. And she just did get a big settlement from them, which is about to come to an end. I think she got a big payoff and then monthly amounts, because I know she's still collecting the monthly amounts. And I know she bought her trailer in Grantsburg, the camper, and her truck with the original big settlement. But she swears she's not on painkillers at the moment, so I don't know. I don't think she'd have to go back to her doctor in Wisconsin and be on that pain management program if she wasn't on some type of controlled drug, but she says no. Okay, she picked up the grandmother. Okay, he said she picked up at 10. And sorry, this is kind of choppy. Okay, so she came in, we talked about it, and she said, do you want to go fishing somewhere? Oh, she said she was going to go fishing. I said, do you care if I come? Because of summer, I treated her like a little sister. Right, and she said, you have to ask Allie. So Allie said it was okay. Now, I heard the fishing poles were always in the back of the truck. I do not know for a fact that that's true, but it could be because they did go fishing a lot. Okay, so Mom said yes. There's no problem. And then pick her up. Okay, he went out and was sitting in the front seat at this time. Pain pills do not help migraines. Yeah, they don't, actually. Because I had migraines since I was a child, and yeah, you have to have that ergotamine pills. I can't remember. They've made great strides in those. Used to be you had to take it actually before you got the migraine when you had the I forget what they call it, but you could tell it was coming on. If you didn't, it was too late. And now they have pills that you can take in the middle of a migraine that work magic. I know I took Zomic. Hi, Jam. Oh, I forgot to say hi to Candy Cotton Boobs and Scalded Sky. Okay, so they're going fishing. He's sitting in the front passenger seat where Candy would ordinarily sit. And then where does he say that? Okay, you asked him in the back seat, was there any milk or anything like that? And he said no, not until Priceless, which was a few hours later. So he said there's boxes and TVs in the back. That's kind of odd. I didn't remember him saying that before. Summer was excited because she likes to fish. He said she was in a pink tank top and shorts when she got there. And then her mom put her bathing suit on at Allie's. Now, I think she already had. This is just my opinion. But she wore that bathing suit top with shorts a lot. She wore it like a top. So I wonder if she didn't have that bathing suit on under shorts. But it could be. And then he said they had another outfit for her to put on after she went swimming. So, did they take a suitcase? I mean, how many changes of clothes did they take for just to take Candy to the hospital. Does that make sense? Hi, birdies. We got quite a few people in here for a spur of the moment chat. I didn't intend for it to be very long. Okay, so she changes clothes there. Then they have an outfit. They were supposed to go to the water park in Jonesboro. So how does that make sense? First they're going fishing. Then they're going to the water park in Jonesboro. They take 3 changes of clothes. And then they end up going to the Warriors Park, to the swimming hall. Somebody make sense of that. Hey, Lips, welcome. Okay, so I guess she changed her mind from, can you go swimming at Jonesboro? Isn't there a water park? Okay, so then in the truck, she changes the plan to swimming because she grabbed her mother. Now that doesn't make sense because why would Candy want to go to the swimming hole? Okay, so she picks up Grandma 10 minutes later after she calls and tells them to come get them. Then they go to Walgreens, which is on Fort Henry Drive. Then they give them the prescription. And he said it's going to take, first he said 10 to 15 minutes. Then he said 30 to 35 minutes. There was a really long line in the drive-through. He said they did not go in. They stayed in the car. Then that's, yeah, Lips, I don't think they had time to go home because that's like a 35, 40 minutes from Hunter's house. So that would have been an extra hour and a half in there. And I don't see that there's that time in there. Okay, hi, Ultimate Chris. Okay, so while they were in the drive-through, Don calls talking about this dude named Andy or Andrew on the property that's been there for a week or so. And he's stalking kids. So it wasn't a guy that just showed up that day. That doesn't even really make any sense either, does it? I'm glad that we're talking this out. Oh, hey, Nana for Life, hi. Angie girl. Hello. Okay, where are we? Talking about this dude named Andy or Andrew. He knows it started with an A. On the property that's been there for a week or so. And they keep stalking other kids. Why are they letting him on the property for a week if he's stalking kids? Okay, somebody help me make that make sense. I have no idea who he was. And I have no idea why Don called. Obviously, if he was working at the time, he wouldn't know that there was some dude looking at kids. I think that, I know the middle boy had a phone, so he could have called Don and told him that. If Don was home, he wouldn't need to call Candace and tell her that, would he? Because he could take care of the problem. So I can't see where if Don was home that would have been a necessary call. That doesn't make sense at all. Where are we? Because I don't have any fellow panelists today. Does anybody want to come up and join me? Anybody at all? Oh, you guys. Sunshine Magnahild? Is that right? Hello. But Don is denying the man touching kids. Yes, he is. That whole thing doesn't really make sense to me. Why would they let a guy stay on the property for a week? Okay, and here's another thing. If Hunter hadn't been in contact with them for a year, how would he know that this guy was hanging out on the property for a week? Oh my Lord. Yeah, Lips, there's no doubt about that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, nothing about that makes sense. So this dude named Andrew, Don calls Candace. I don't know if his name is Anthony, Andrew, or something starts with an A. All I heard was, okay, he said, how did you hear it? And he said that's all he knew for a week or two. It's been up on the property for a week or two, trying to like touch little kids. Okay, that just doesn't make sense. Anybody think that makes sense? Okay, what's everybody laughing? Okay. I wonder if they may have overheard discussing Jackie Dobbs. Well, Jackie Dobbs wasn't touching kids, though. Yeah, I think it was a lie to Nana for Life. I don't know. Skull to the Sky, I don't think they had a plan. No, I don't think Hunter was used as an alibi. For one thing, Candace supposedly called Robin to be a babysitter for Summer that day. So I don't think she even wanted Summer along. So that would indicate there wasn't really a plan for anything to do with Summer. Robin just happened to be busy. Marlena said Andy Paul. Hi, Cinderella. Jody's son called little Andy. Now that I don't know. They called him Boog or Damien. Andy, was he called Andy Jr.? Does anybody know? Andy Paul. Yeah, but was Andy Paul living at 110 for a week? That just doesn't make sense. Because how would Hunter know that? Yes. Okay, I'm getting behind, like. Hi, Purple Sky. Hi, Hatties. I don't know. I wonder if, yeah. I wonder if he didn't, how did he hear that whole conversation? He would just hear Candace's part, right? How did he even know that was Don? Okay, he's just knowing what Candace is telling him, right? So maybe that wasn't even, but in the camper? Boy, I don't know. Jam, no, you're not blocked. Hi. Nobody's blocked. I don't block people. Everybody behaves in here. I can see you. Okay, so let me see. Kids like give him a hug. The kids like give him a hug. Okay, then yeah, he's talking about Billy was up there doing that stuff. Oh my goodness. Billy's an old drunk that was a friend of theirs that used to get in arguments with his wife. And then he would go up there and sleep in one of the sheds on the property. And they said he had the hots for candy. That's a little hard to believe too, actually. Yeah, Cinderella, I don't think that happened. I know Don's denying it. You know, okay, here's a thought. I'm glad I like to brainstorm this stuff. Here's a thought. If that was true and Don actually said that, Don would be milking that for all it's worth. Oh, there's who took Summer. There was a guy on the land that was touching the kids and, He's the one that took Summer. Why wouldn't he say that? Oh, you're right. Summer wasn't home yet. Yeah, but if that guy'd been there for a week, right? He could have been lurking, hiding somewhere. Yeah, jam. Oh, did I miss someone? No, you guys are just telling each other hi. Yeah, I think that that guy would be a huge target for Don to blame. Okay, so he said Don calls Candace every 2 hours throughout the day. Now that's interesting because I didn't catch that before. Just what are you doing? Daily checkup. Well, that's kind of interesting because I know it's usually Candace that wants to know what Don's doing every minute of the day. Oh, thanks, Genji. Okay, thank you. Oh, everybody agrees with me. Not that you need to agree with me to be here. Yeah, but instead he said CPS stole the star, yeah. Okay. Don was such a protective father. Oh my God. Don said he always calls. Yeah. Did Candace go to see Fred in jail? Why would Candace go to see Fred? Okay, but did you look at that app, Citizen? It shows all the RSOs. Oh, Truth Finder shows all the RSOs too. There is, you'd be surprised. I know people bitching about so many RSOs in the area, and then if you look at where their name, there's over 100 living by them too. I think people aren't aware. People are only looking at all of them around Don and Candace because, they're looking for suspects. RSOs are literally everywhere. There is more of them than you'd believe. But not all of them prey on kids either. I asked Cotton to ask. No. Yeah, but Mentexo, is that how you pronounce your name? I'm sorry if I'm not Mentexo. Hi, welcome. Yeah, I don't think Candace would go to visit Fred in jail. I mean, they're fighting with Fred because he didn't give the drugs back, right? Yeah, why would she go to see Fred? Hasn't Fred been in solitary or lockdown most of the time he's been there anyway? Oh yeah, you're the trucker. Yep. Okay. And in your mind, what did she say? Tell me what happened. Okay, he said that when Candace called later and told him that Summer was missing, he was with his girl hanging out over in Bristol at a park. She calls me when we pull up to that park, and that is Summer is missing. He was with his girlfriend, her mom, her brothers, and her sister. Our entire family went because she was at the ball field. So apparently that at least happened. Okay, so then Chris switches back to Walgreens. Then we had to get cigarettes because her mom needed cigarettes. I'll bet she did. It's a discount tobacco store across from a daycare called Kitty College. So they went there first, discount tobacco. Then they went to Hippie House. Okay, now he said Candy's sitting on the passenger side, and he's in the back. Candy, Summer is in the middle. She's sitting in the middle. Grandma got out of the hospital, and she was like, let me sit in the passenger seat. So I said, okay, and he sat behind Candace. Okay, Candy and Candace go into get the cigarettes. And Candy gets they get the cigarettes and a vape. And Candace got a Skittles vape. Don't hide your drugs at Fred's. So did she leave Summer at Kitty College? No, because Summer's seen on camera after they went to that store. Yeah, I don't know why they thought hiding the drugs at Fred's was a good... But then on the other hand, they knew Fred wasn't going to rat on him for having drugs, right? Wasn't he dropped off at 2:30? No, I think it's closer to 3. Yeah, thanks to Ziggy. Oh my. Okay, wait. Is that Hunter being on probation? Oh, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that they do talk about that later. Yep. Hunter couldn't leave. He said his probation officer would say anything was okay if Allie approved it. So he said there was no problem with that, but they just had to check in with him. Chapstick, hello. No, that was not, that was Hunter behind her. That wasn't a rifle, it was a, what? BB gun. That was the BB gun. Oh, you are absolutely correct. You are correct, Chapstick. Good call. And they had been at the dam that day, too. Yep. So Hunter's lying there, too. Because there's pictures of him walking on the dam that day before they went home. That's a good catch, Chapstick. Hi, Paw Patrol. What teenager just automatically given tilt the front seat? We're talking about Hunter. Did everyone ever break down Hunter's timeline? That's what we're doing right now. That's what I'm trying to do. Real life. Use any kind of vape. Oh, Angel Girl, that's a good point. That's a very good point. You're right. You're right. That's a good point, too. You guys are making some good points here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any more information we can come up with helps, I think. Yeah, I've never seen any of them use vapes. You're right. Yeah, Candy chain smokes. Well, and the whole reason they went to the tobacco store was because Candy needs cigarettes. And Candace is always begging for cigarettes and money for cigarettes. Yeah, those vapes had to be for Hunter, don't you think? Yeah, I'm thinking. Yep. Very good point. Okay. So Twisted Tea, she bought just one Twisted Tea can. Is that right? I know there was a whole pile of Twisted Tea cans and other trash in a trash bag at the warriors right after Summer went missing, because people went there and did a video, walked down there, did a video of all the trash. Actually, I got banned for 30 days from Facebook and was unable to run my business because there was the milk jug video and the trash video. And somebody asked which one someone was talking about, and I said trash. Boom. Immediate ban on Facebook. So here's a clue. Do not call trash on Facebook. Call it garbage. I remember that. Yeah, okay. Who said that? Nana for Life. I think that is true. There was way more Twisted Tea cans and all kinds of trash there, and they were not at that couldn't have all been their trash. And I doubt that Candace took a trash bag and hung it there for people to discard their garbage in, right? I can't see that at all. Delta 8 vapes. But I haven't seen, do you think Candace uses Delta 8 vapes? I don't know. What camera? I don't know that Summer was seen on camera. I thought Chris McDonough, but I know they were seen, Summer was seen at Sonic. She got 2 vapes, gave him right away, and held the other one. Yeah, he said she gave him the other one when he got out of the car at home, didn't he? Lady Americans. CB told Chris her and Candy both drink Mountain Dew, not tea. Yeah. Aren't the Mountain Dew bottles here on Allie's table when he talks to them? Okay, I know actually 3 people that went to Sonic. One I asked to go there. And because the first one went and told me what the manager said, and I wanted to know if they got food. And she went and talked to the manager. He said that they took the video. He remembered Summer. He said she was laughing. He said they did not get food, only the slushies, because they were buy one, get one half off or something. Anyway, they were on special that day. Yeah, I thought that Allie was drinking Mountain Dew too, but anyway, that doesn't matter. Okay, so there's Twisted Tea. She buys 1. Then Hunter says he's an Apple guy. Okay, so if you're in an Apple phone and he's having trouble, okay, this is going to come into play a little later here. He's an Apple guy, and he's afraid he's going to, he's using his grandfather's phone, which is an Android. So if you're an Apple person, you're not real handy on an Android phone, I can tell you that, and vice versa. Oh, thanks, Hatties. They have a happy hour? I thought it was just a specific day. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on CM because we don't talk bad about other creators here, but you know what? That's all I'm going to say. Okay, then after the hippie house and the tobacco store, they go to the stables. Grandma's on the phone. And here, it's interesting that he said summer was cold when the windows are down. Now, is that part of the story? I don't know. Okay, so then they go. She gave him the tea. He drank the tea when he got there, as soon as they got there. Did she have any alcohol? No, because she had to drive. Yeah, okay. I believe that. I believe Candace would not drink alcohol because she's the designated driver. Okay. So she gave Hunter the twisted tea. And if Candace wasn't going to drink, you know that she intended to buy that twisted tea for Hunter, as well as the vapes. Okay, he was standing around. Here's Summer goes in the water. Here we go. I'm a guy. I like. Hi, Evan. Women's jeans. Is it okay? Huh? Yes, I think the orange soda was old. I think I'm behind. Hi, Linda Wayman. Yeah, the younger boy is very large, a lot bigger than Summer. Look at that picture I've posted that was taken at the dam 2 weeks before Summer went missing, and you can tell the size difference. Plus, yeah, his ears stick out. His teeth stand out. He's got a pretty distinctive look. Certainly doesn't look anything like a girl. And he's quite a bit larger than Summer. Summer was very tiny. She had to be at the bottom percentile of her age group. He was a lot bigger than her. Okay, so Summer goes in the water. He was drinking the tea. He was standing around with Candace. They were watching TikTok, funny videos, and looking through Facebook. So who was watching Summer? Because she couldn't swim. Okay, and he asked if they were doing something they shouldn't have been doing. And he said, no, she has a husband. Did you get that vibe at all? No, she treated me like her adopted son. Now, I really do think that. I don't think they were messing around. I think Candace is just a 15-year-old kid and, talks with those, sexual innuendos and stuff with Hunter. Definitely inappropriate, but, I know I'm one of the few that probably doesn't think that they were doing something. Yeah, Jen G, he does. Yep. Why did he go right to sex and not drugs? I don't know. He's trying to. Okay, Fort Patrick Henry Lake is cold in July. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to keep up. Hunter doesn't look anything like Andrew. I'm pretty sure that I heard that they did have a DNA test there. Hunter looks like Allie, as far as I can tell. The employee that I talked to okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is pretty sad. Okay, so Grandma, where's Grandma at this point? She was still in the car because she had to put minutes in her phone. Okay, she ran out of minutes, so her phone was turned off. And this is where Chris says, oh, she had like a burner phone? And no, he said, no, she had a straight talk phone, which is, yeah, an old people's. It's just a prepay phone. It wasn't a burner phone. I guess you could call it that, but I don't think Candy was involved in anything that she needed a burner phone for. Yeah, Lips, I thought he did. Okay. So she got minutes like the rest of the senior citizens. Walk the water through. I see her swimming like usual. So apparently he's been there a lot of times with her. And You're on TikTok. He asks how far out she goes. He said you might see me throw up a gang sign. I wouldn't even know what a gang sign was. This is like that B or something. Okay. Yeah. Gang signs and bullets are not my forte. Okay, so did you take a TikTok? He said he does Instagram, but he does not do TikTok. She took a whole video. Candace took a whole video of us that day. And we only saw a short portion. You know, there must be more of that. I'll bet you there is. I'll bet you there is more of that. Actually, wasn't that put together like different pieces? That wasn't like a whole continuous video, was it? I don't know anything about TikTok. I know Candace is pretty good at that. Using those filters and stuff, so. Yeah, well, apparently he was splashing her. Now, I don't like that either, so I can understand that. Maybe she was trying to get away from him. Okay, after swimming, you're going to go to the water park. He said, no, I was saying like for that Friday coming up because he had to plan ahead. And here's where he said he had to talk to the probation officer because it was in Jonesboro. Technically, I'm not allowed to leave the city without permission. Mainly my parole officer will sign as long as Allie says it's okay. Okay, here with Summer, just focus on what's going on with Summer. Tennessee and Hawkins County, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says a family member reported her missing. Now that's what I heard first too, a family member. I didn't hear them say Candace until later, the mom. And I've also heard Candace never called 911. Don called, and a family member called. Does anybody else remember that? Yeah, Nana for Life, would you like to come up on panel? Not tonight because I want to get through this, but would you like to come up sometime on panel and talk? Okay, you guys are agreeing with me, huh? Okay. I still think it was the youngest boy because, or the middle boy, because they said he was Summer's protector. He was the trusted one, and he had the phone. I don't know why. I just think, and you know, when Cher was asking Don if he would ask for that phone call to be released, the first one, he kind of hedged around. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Like he didn't want it released. And that kind of made me think it was to do with the boys too. Who knows? It's kind of interesting. If it didn't really have bearing on the investigation, I think they would have released it, right? Yes. Amalau, that's why I think, and he would have said, Mom went for a walk, right? That's it. That fits for me. I don't think she called 911. Oh, you think Jody Sue Brown? But Jody would say that, wouldn't she? Wouldn't Jody have been bragging? I don't think I've ever heard her say she called. Does anybody else hear that? Okay. So a family member reported her missing to the sheriff. Okay, so here's where he said that she was underwater 10 to 15 seconds. Then he also says she was underwater for That's not very long. 10 seconds? He said when she came up, she was laughing. He also said he threw her over his shoulder. No, that's kind of weird. Okay, and then he said Grandma is picking flowers. Okay, so she got done putting minutes on her phone. She wandered down to pick flowers. Candace did take pictures of the flowers, so that's possible. He said she picks flowers and rocks everywhere they go. And she wished she could pick some. Okay. Oh, Nana for life, I believe that too. I think she just wanted attention. Yes, so we never see her in the video. I think there's more to that video though that we haven't seen. Yeah, I think she kind of chopped it up, so. Okay, no, wait. Look at swimming, so you could drop me off. Okay, so now Hunter's saying now they go to the hippie house. After they leave the water hole, and that video was taken at 12:21. It was posted at 12:21 because the metadata did show that. And that's the one that TBI said was the last released video of summer. Oh yeah, Andrew's brother. That isn't actually Andrew's brother, it's just a friend. But yeah, he said Hunter was going to go to jail. He was involved. But you know what? Andrew didn't flinch, did he? He didn't get mad. I think he knew that was bullshit. He didn't react one bit to that. It's just really weird. Just playing with this little panda toy. I thought that was kind of cute, made out of Legos. Okay, so they sell like THC, CBD, the vapes. He said that the hippie house had just opened, so she went in there to check it out. And then another tobacco store. How many tobacco stores did they need to go to anyway? This is a white one. They're doing a lot of smoking or whatever they're doing, aren't they? Okay, I have the phone here. Surprise dogs. Okay, wait a minute, I'm trying to get catch up. Oh, he said that summer was over Frozen. She didn't care about Frozen anymore. She wanted elbows dolls. What is that? Does anybody know? Elbows. I don't know what that means. And then he said she was watching Poppets. That was her favorite toy. Okay, so she wasn't playing Poppets. She's watching them on TikTok. That doesn't seem like it'd be very fun, but okay. So they were in there 5 minutes. Then she came out and gave, with 2 vapes, hers and another one that she gave to Hunter. Again, more vapes? Okay. Then we went to grab the prescription. And he said, they said 35 minutes. So that could have taken 35 minutes or more. I would say more. If they went swimming and they went to the hippie house and a tobacco place, I think that would take up more than 35 minutes. Plus, what is it? 5 minutes each way? Okay, they went to the drive-thru again. At this point, Hunter said he's sitting in the middle. Oh, wait. Where are you sitting at this point? Well, I was sitting in the middle because she was the person that was wet. And so she had a pillow under her. Okay, so Hunter's sitting in the middle. And Summer's sitting by the door. Okay, let's get into the musical chairs part of this. I'm going to one tobacco store. No, I don't think Hunter is honest either, but that's why I kind of wanted to go through this. See what he actually said and what people say he said. Okay, so she had a pillow under her. Where is that pillow now? He said, I don't know. I haven't been up to the house in over a year. So then they go to Sonic. Okay, they were at Sonic at 2, according to the manager. They got slushies. He got a blueberry one. She got a purple one. Her mom got an orange one. Okay, this is the Sonic on Fort Henry Drive. Did you drink them there? And he said they drank them all the way to Priceless. Yeah, Benny said he saw the pillow, but was it that pillow? I don't know. Okay, so then they go to Priceless by the liquor store. Her mother and Candace go into the store. Summer and Hunter stay in the car, watching TikToks again and listening to music. Okay, is Summer lethargic? Do you notice anything unusual about her? No, not really. Okay, I think they were in the store for an hour, a long time. Well, they couldn't have been in the store for an hour because they were at Sonic at 2. So if they were in the store for an hour, they wouldn't have gotten out of the store until 3. So I don't think that was true. I heard 30 minutes from someone else. Hi, Alessia. However, wait a minute. I got to back up. Off topic. Cam was arrested? If that's true, hi, Criminology. Love your channel. Everybody go sub up to Criminology. She's been posting some really awesome stuff lately. Oh. Okay. All right. Hi, Alessia. Yeah, Benny's to believed. You know, even if the pillow was in there, and I know people said they saw it, I can't see it, but that doesn't mean the milk jug video was that day. It just means there was a pillow in the truck, right? And they used that when somebody was wet, apparently. No, I don't either. People seem to make a real fuss about that pillow, but can you see if this is true? I can't right now while I'm on a live. I'm sorry. Okay. Who told me that? Somebody told me that Cam's that their kids are with their grandparents, which I think is good because, well, I shouldn't really say, but oh, child abuse, apparently. Okay. Felony child abuse. Okay, I can look that up. Okay, so he asks about the milk jugs. Okay, they got groceries for the house. All I seen was what besides of us, the milk. Okay, where did the orange soda come from next to summer? I'm really trying to think on that one, so I forgot. There was only soda, there's an orange soda. Somebody took and Skittles. He said the Skittles were Summer's. And the Fanta or Orange Crush, oh, sorry about that, on the seat. Because Grandma bought that. So, where's the milk come in? The milk. Yeah. He doesn't know what milk he's talking about. And he said they put everything in the back of the truck. Okay, but there's a picture of Summer. Ouch! Oh, my cat just jumped on my stomach. I'm sorry. There's a picture of Summer leaning against the milk bottles. I put them there in the middle because there's no room on the other side of me. Hunter said that the milk jugs were on him, and he's in the middle. Now, when he got out, he put the milk jugs down. He said Summer was sleeping against the door. How did Summer get in the middle against the milk jugs? If this was that day, which is another reason why. This is kind of when I went over it, because where Hunter says they're moving the boxes, the milk jugs, the people, everybody's moving around constantly, and they're not where they are in that video. Cam isn't in Vine Link. It'll take a little bit for him to show up in Vine Link, because I've talked to a lady that enters things for Vine Link for Tennessee, and she gets overloaded. She just enters things as they come in, so I don't think they're in there immediately. And she said sometimes things get entered wrong. Actually, I think that's when I called about Jody Sue's dad, because people were saying he was in prison, and then some people said he died. So I called, and she told me he was dead, but she wouldn't tell me what he died from, of course. Yes. Criminology, exactly. Yeah, I don't. There's something wrong with that. Okay, so he put them in the middle because there's no room on the other side of me. He said he was sitting in the middle, and Summer was sitting by the window. I set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me. Yet none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. I had it sitting on my lap until we got out of the car. Okay, so that doesn't make sense either. He's got a million stories about where the milk jugs were. And she was sleeping in the middle. Was she sleeping on you? No, she was sleeping against the door. Now, where's Summer? Now Summer's in the middle again. Where the hell is everybody? Yeah, Hunter has a problem with continuity here. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention. I can see that. Okay, so what happens when you get out of the car after everybody got out and got in a different place and moved the milk jugs 3 times? I go to the front. She hands me the other vape that she got me. Then I showed Mom at the door because his mom's at the door. And that was it. Is this when you saw Summer in the back? How did the milk get on rearranged? I have no idea. Yeah, I bet he doesn't. He has no idea where the milk got where it is. How that milk got rearranged, I don't know, but the milk was there when I pulled up like that. But Hunter had the milk in the middle, and so now the milk's on the other side of Summer. How does that happen? I don't remember. I was totally sitting in the middle the entire time. Because Summer's, it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. If Hunter was in the middle when they got to the house with the milk sitting on him, and then he put the milk jugs next to the boxes, okay, but then Summer would have had to have gotten out of the truck in order for Hunter to get out, correct? Am I correct? Oh yeah, Cam doesn't live in Tennessee, so that would be maybe why you're not finding him. And I'm like, yeah, how does he get out of the truck if he's in the middle with the milk on him? Yeah, no, milk jug wasn't taken that day. I'm sorry. There's nothing about his story that makes sense whatsoever. I think that's why Candace went and asked him what he told the cops, because she wanted to make sure that he stuck to this manufactured story. And I'm going to die on that hill. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Okay, now when's the next time Candace contacts you? Around 7:30 when I was at the park with my girl. So 7:30 would have been about a half an hour after the cops and Don got home. She called me saying someone's missing. Okay, I thought she's pulling my leg. Because when she gets drunk and high at the same time, she tends to think that she loses the kids, but they're out front in the yard. So that's what I was thinking, that this happened. So he tells her, why don't you just go look outside? She says, I have been. She ain't there. I said, well, then call Allie because I still don't know if she's pulling my leg. So you call your mom. I call her on Facebook. She picks up and I give her a heads up that Candace was going to call her. And Summer is missing. She called me the next day, said she's sitting in the police station on her way to do another polygraph test. So did she take the first one that night? Don took the first one the next day. So how could the next day be Candace's second polygraph test? How did she do on those polygraphs? Did she tell you? She just said she had to do that, and I ignored the rest. They told me not to even get contact of her. Okay, the police told you don't contact her? No, the TBI said don't contact her. Okay, and he's complaining about not getting his phone. It's been 2 months straight. Okay, now we learned later that, and which is what I always thought at the beginning, is that them keeping Hunter's phone has nothing to do with Summer going missing. It has to do with his other activities. It didn't make sense that Don and Candace would get their phones back the next day And Hunter never got his back, right? If it was to do with Summer. Yes, Scalded's guy, he did not have any idea. The milk, what milk? Although he had the milk sitting on him the whole way from home from Priceless, right? But yet, when he asks about the milk, Hunter has no idea what he's talking about. We don't know that there was any essay involved. So, Allie denied it. Hunter denied it. Candace denied it. I think they got bigger fish to fry there. I don't know exactly how they're going to prove that at this point. They'd actually have to prove it. I guess that they'd have to have him on video drinking it. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, he's complaining that's been 2 months and he doesn't have his phone back. So you were interviewed by TBI on Wednesday. She came by her Thursday and asked him, what do you talk to them about? And was like, don't mention about that alcohol. Okay, so that's what she was worried about. And that seems to be all she was worried about. I'm trying to find the part where Beach Creek, he thinks that Candace had something to do with it. He said, is this gut feeling? But then when all this happened, she just wanted the money because I'm not going to say names, but one of Red's girlfriends, Red is his girlfriend's mother, his friend, was on Beach Creek riding around, and she's seen as soon as someone posted a $25,000 reward, she saw Candace's car zooming down the road to the police station. I don't know why that would be, because obviously Candace is not going to claim the reward unless she can tell where Summer is, right? And yeah, that's just not going to. Was Hunter given a poly? I do not know that. I don't know. He didn't say that. He just said he was questioned by TBI. And they took his phone. I'm trying to see where the part was. Now, he said, I'm going to be, okay. What do you think happened to Summer? To be honest with you, that grandma was out of her mind. Like you guys, damn, I'm not saying you have to be in the camera. That her mother's usually grumpy, controlling, like a regular grandma, not trying to be mean. And he said that, like grandmas are, like his grandma is. So he's not saying anything out of the ordinary, I don't think. Oh, hi, Wisconsin Mama. Welcome. Okay, it's right over. Let's see. Okay, here's when he grabbed her phone. Okay, this is a different day that he grabbed the phone. Who is it? Just literally cut your phone off all the way. Oh, he's telling because Allie's phone was going off. The second day she came, she went to the car either to grab something or something, but I grabbed her phone. Okay, so this wasn't even the 15th or whatever. This was another day later. Okay, I grabbed her phone because I wanted to see if she had anything to hide. Because he's so technically proficient and observant. And I looked in there and I saw 13 messages between her and her drug dealer. Because he is Andy. I'm going to name his name, but yeah, all I seen was the first message before she started walking up to the mailbox to get up here, is that it was done. I was going to read the next message and she just started running up here. And I literally just slid my phone in my pocket and just put hers there. Like she asked me if I went through her phone. And I said, no, why? Because I cleared it all out before she can get up here. So that wasn't even that same day. Why was I thinking that was the same day? Here it was 2 days later. Okay, so he's also, here's Don at work. Was Don at work? From what I heard from the TBI, he was not at work. Yeah, I don't know if the TBI would tell him that. Sorry. I'm not talking about, but what I know is that I thought he was at work. Did TBI tell you at that point? And I asked him, was he at work? They said that the people, they did not clarify. So they didn't verify that Don was at work. So they didn't say he wasn't at work. They just didn't verify that he was. So that question, I think that kind of has been misstated, right? Red flag, why was she even back at her house? Right. She went back to see what he told him. But why would she be at his mailbox? Doesn't it sound like he's at her house? If she's walking down to the mailbox as he looks at her phone and then she runs back up, doesn't that sound more like they're at her house? Why would she be at his mailbox? I don't know. None of this would make any sense to me. Okay. And then he said the TBI did not tell him that he could not talk about that day or those missing 2 hours, because I know that people have said that he was told he couldn't talk about that time, and he said no. What the TBI told him was that he couldn't talk on the news or on YouTube or anything without Allie's permission. So Allie tried to get a mask to interview Hunter, but they would not because he was a minor. But apparently, the interview room let him bother him. I think so too. Well, I definitely don't believe anything Allie said because I've never heard anything she said that was true. Pretty much everything she says is a lie. Yeah, I think that was all part of the script. Okay, so now we want to find out what's going on with Cam. Let me see if I can find that. Does anybody have any questions or anything else they want to talk about? Let me look at my tablet here and see if I can find anything about this. Yeah, well, now that we go through that, it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. The milk jugs, wherever when he was sitting, There's absolutely no way, if Hunter was sitting in the middle with the milk on him, that he could get out of the truck without Summer getting out. And Allie and Leslie and everyone would have seen Summer get out, right? Yeah. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. Okay, let me look. He's probably not on here. You know, if he was arrested, I think that might be the best thing for him. Sorry to say. At this point. I can't think of their last name. Lips, help me out here. My mind just went blank. Lips, message me. Are you here? Ow. What's his last name? Cam and Allie. Is anybody still here? I can't look him up and I can't remember. Anybody? Wisconsin Mama, do you remember? Oh, darn it. Why isn't anybody answering me? Okay. Abingdon, Virginia. Defendant status, released to parent or responsible adult. Okay, so he's already out. Criminal felony, abuse of a child, disregard of life. Class 6 felony. Oh, Amalu, yeah, nobody's chatting with me. I feel like I'm here all alone. Okay, yep, mugshot. Looks like he's already released. Yeah, I'm looking at Ziggy. Hi, Mississippi Mud Pie. Yeah, that's too bad. That was too bad. Oh, I don't know. Did Bob say that too? Yep. Well, here it is. But it said he's already released, so. Rapunzel. Hello. Yeah, I just couldn't remember his last name. Cam. Whoops, must have left me. Somebody said Trevor. Okay, so let's look at Trevor. Okay. Oh, Hillman. Camden Hilden. Oh my goodness. Cam posted all of, Trev posted all of Cam's mugshots all the way back to 2011. 2 arrests in 2011, 1 in 12, 1 in 17, 2 in 18, 2 in 19. Okay, it's got 2 charges: family offense, gross wanton or reckless care for a child. Class 6 felony, child abuse with disregard for life. This is not good. Wait a minute. This says the offense date was January, February, March, April, May, June, July 22nd. July 22nd of 2023. And arrest date was September 26th. Sentence suspended. He got probation. Okay. Well, there we go. Well, I don't know so much as it, Emily, that it's got fuzzy after priceless. Is that, yeah, I see what you're saying. I think that that's the made up part, actually. Oh, absolutely, Alessia. They have. And, I posted and asked people if other YouTubers, if we could help Cam, and I got nailed to the wall. And, people all talked about it behind the scenes. There's a lot of chatter with creators behind the scenes. And I mean, it's something that everyone knew about. So why, when I said something, they all denied it and vilified me? I don't know. What happened to see something, say something? That's what I want to know. Why, after something happens, do people say, well, why didn't anybody say anything? Well, I did say something, and, I got bashed for it. So that's why people don't say anything. It's only see something, say something after it happened when they want to blame someone, I think. I think they were living in a van. Oh, you know what? Yes. After that incident happened, is that why the children are with their grandparents? I don't know. Alessia, someone made a comment that everybody that got in with the Wells has deteriorated since then. And Cam and Allie are a good example. Daisy. I could name some other people, but I don't want to get trashed, but people, I don't know, it's like they got changed, I know another creator, when she started, she looked healthy, and her hair looked healthy, and she looked kind of vibrant. She kind of had a glow around her, and now she looks like she's been dragged through the mud. So I'm not going to say who that is, but I think oh, hi, Annabelle. Yes. He got arrested for 2 counts of class 6 felony child abuse with disregard for life. Gross, wanton, or reckless care of a child. Two counts. Must have went to court quick. Sentence suspended. Got probation. Now, how can that be? Because here it says hearing information 10:10 at 3 o'clock. He was released to parent or responsible adult. Would that be Allie? Okay, so now that we know his name, I don't know why my mind went blank. Yep, he's not in Vimelink because he's already out. Released to responsible adult. No wonder they haven't been online. Supposedly they were going to have that big comeback, remember? And then they wanted people to sign up for memberships. I think only one person liked that post. I don't think he got many memberships. Yeah, but I don't know, Alessia, because he wasn't charged with drugs, though. I don't know. I guess we'll find out more about it, but later. Yeah, I guess it's just breaking news now. Oh, here we go. As of October 1st, the Virginia Department of Corrections no longer participates in Vine service. Well, there you go. I guess I think they got a better way. Okay, I'm looking up Washington County, Virginia. Court records. Says there isn't a Washington County. Okay, let me look at this again. Says Washington County on. Yeah, let's see. People. Yeah. Well, it's like Chip, right? I mean, I never said anything about her because it's almost like she hypnotizes people. They were, bewitched. She had quite a following, and I never said anything because I knew I'd get backlash for that too. People don't like to find out their idols have feet of clay, right? Which is the problem with making a YouTuber an idol. Yes, I agree. I think he put her in a bad situation. However, why did she put up with that? And while she was working, she was leaving him alone at home with the kids. So she was endangering them, right? I wonder if, but then she would have been arrested for that. Well, people say that. How come I can't get Washington County? Hmm. Oh, it is? But they don't live in Tennessee. Okay, thank you. I'll look at that then. Washington County. Washington County, Tennessee. Oh, he did? Okay, thanks. We'll go look at that then. We can read that. Since how this happened a few days ago. Okay, we are writing this post to let you guys know what we have been going through that I've been telling you about. My mother went and lied and said that we were on drugs, just like people had done before when calling CPS, and went and filed an emergency custody order saying that we were on drugs and we're going through an eviction, and they granted her custody till a later date. That was back in August. I got the eviction dismissed in court, and after her finding out that it was dismissed, I was then arrested for this, saying that I had done drugs in the house where the kids were. If you have followed us and know anything about us, you know that we are not those kinds of people. Okay. I think he's in trouble because, I mean, he videotaped himself, right? Unless he hides those. He was obviously on drugs, in my opinion. I will get this thrown out of court and my children back. I promise you that. My mom is doing this to try to get money from the state. Oh my God. Did he take that from Don? Seriously. She lost her job the day before taking my children. If you've heard my testimony and know anything about my mother, she is an evil person and will do anything for money. She has hurt me my entire life, and now she's trying to do it by taking my children. She has no regard for her own children, and we are fighting her in court for this. I am asking if you believe in us and know who we are, then you know this is not true. We have failed no drug screens for CPS, and they are pulling at straws to try to make this stick. We are going through one of the hardest battles and tribulations of our life. Well, you know what? We're getting some trolls in here now. Political trolls. Hi, Agatha Misty. Yes, he does sound like Don. His mom's taking the kids for money. My children are happy and loved. Just because someone is charged with something doesn't mean they're convicted of it. I'm asking y'all to please stand behind us as we go through this. Me and my wife are good people. We are good parents and have always been and would never hurt our children. Okay, and here we go. And even if a parent was on drugs, it does not mean they're a bad parent. Well, why did you feel the need to qualify that, Cam? But once again, like I said, this is not true. Even if they were on drugs, it doesn't mean they're a bad parent. Okay, that's kind of a giveaway. Is it? I think. They placed the children with my mother, who has been charged and convicted of distribution of drugs, among other things. And I will continue to fight. We are having CPS investigated as they advised my mom to pretty much kidnap my children when she had no custody over them. They're all lies. Okay, here's the comments. Won't catch me reading a book full of lies and excuses. People, wake the fuck up. Cam and Allie, seek help. They won't take your kids away unless you fail their drug test, and even then, you don't get charged with a felony unless a child has been hurt. That is true. That is true. Yes, he's charged with a felony. He's not charged with neglect. Disregard for life. I don't think his mom complaining to CPS would be any more weight than a YouTuber calling into CPS. You know what I mean? Then they investigate, right? And if there was no truth to it, I mean, she said he was on drugs, they give him a drug test, right? And if he passed it, they wouldn't take his kids. They'd dismiss it. Okay, they can't just take your kids over an eviction and the drugs. They have to have proof. Come on. You know we know better than that BS. Damn, that's a lot of mug shots. That was that Fox Mulder guy. What about the civil case from the trailer park the day after? The manufacturing charges from a few years ago won't help your case. Why not use some of the money you've scammed to pay your court fines from 2017? Civil case from the trailer park. And stop being Don Wells hiding behind God. It's so overplayed and just sick at this point. Your eyes in the mugshot say it all, as do your words here. Honestly, you sound like Don Wells Part 2. I agree with that. And I'm disgusted. This is not what a good parent, father, man, etc. would post. Oh, she said his mom was not for having... Oh, these charges are not for having drugs in the house. Yeah, they're not. That's absolutely correct. What the hell is wrong with you? I went through the same thing with my oldest daughter. Had to get her kids because she was on dope, and she said the exact same thing you're saying about your mom doing it for the money. They don't pay you that much money. It's always someone else's fault. It's time to grow up. Hi, Sylvie Brown. You've done your fair share of attacking others too, including attacking the SDA church. That's true. Christians don't behave the way you do, Cam. You're being humbled. I hope you learn your lesson this time. Get help and stop the lies. We know what we are seeing. You would have been tested. I have to agree with that. I think he's been in denial. You know, AB posted a picture of him and said, look deep into his eyes. What do you see? And I said, denial. He's been denying it for a long time. And I don't know much about addicts, but I think that's kind of a key feature, isn't it? Oh my God. Probably. For the lawyers. Well, he could have a court-appointed lawyer, though, right? I don't know if he has a civil case. You can't get a court-appointed lawyer for a civil case, so. Oh, and on his join and become a member, somebody said, "Sorry, I will not support anyone that abuses kids. Shame on you." Oh, their world is crumbling, though. I can't help but kind of feel sorry for them. I guess it's self-inflicted, but I mean, they're addicts, right? I don't know. Too bad he kept going on and on about how he was in active recovery and stuff, when obviously he wasn't. I mean, I've seen his eyes roll back in his head, and it's almost like he froze a few times on his lives. Well, that's too bad. Really, that is too bad. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. The hunter. So we pretty much figured out that we can disregard most of what he said, right? Most of it. At least especially, yeah, after Priceless. I agree. I still think it's significant that Candace said that the milk jug video was at 309 because she was unable to prove that, and I think she needed an alibi for 309. I know there's people that disagree with me, but yeah. I wonder who the responsible adult they released him to was. Allie? Obviously, it wasn't his mom. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he has any followers at the moment. I want to see what Trevor's people commented. Don. I wonder if Don and Cam will join forces with CPS being corrupt now. I should put up a poll. What do you think? I can see that coming. Yeah, Don. Don, you lost the boys because you failed a drug test. That's a fact. That is a fact. So it doesn't have nothing to do with CPS. And how are you going to support the kids when you can't even pay your $30 a month child support? Oh, hey, Don. Welcome. Yes, I think a lot of, yeah, hi. I think a lot of YouTubers, true crime YouTubers, seem to be former addicts or current addicts for some reason. Is there something that draws them to covering true crime? I think that's kind of interesting. Yeah, Benny is too. You're right. You're right. Wow, the comments on Trev time are even worse than the ones on Cam has always been open. This is by Spirit Seeker Squad. I find her pretty rational, I guess. And Cam has always been open about being an addict. Denial is so common for addicts. He's absolutely in denial. That's exactly what I said. His most recent mugshot looks worse than any of his addiction mugshots. I was just telling someone recently who said they felt like Don and Candace were bad luck to people, that they share a bond. Yeah, Don, I think you're right. And the people that seem to be in active addiction do seem to ask for money every day, don't they? Yep, I think you're absolutely right. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. The sad thing is they're kids. All these people's kids are suffering. Kids always suffer for their parents' bad choices, don't they? I just feel sorry for kids. They seem to be expendable these days. They get in your way or interfere with your pleasures, and well, let's just beat them to death or make them disappear or not watch them and they have some type of fatal accident. Yeah. Cher had Don on the other day, and the people in chat were pretty anti-Don. And she was allowing, people to ask questions, wasn't timing anyone out. And while Don was raving on and on about CPS, kidnapping his children, they might have kidnapped Summer too. And my question to Don, which didn't get asked, was, Don, why haven't you seen the boys more than one time after they were taken? Because, after CPS took the boys, Don and Candace had supervised visitation. They went one time in November. They missed December because they failed their drug test, and so they weren't allowed to see them. And they never made another attempt. Never. They never even made another attempt. I said, if you wanted your boys back, they aren't kidnapped. All you had to do was follow the reunification plan, and they would have been back home long ago. Yeah, and how is that even possible? Hi, Cannaboid. Uh-oh. I think he was the political troll. Yes, leaving them in hot cars. I don't understand how that's even possible. I really don't. How is that possible? How do you leave your kid? Okay, so I know I always talk about my cats in relation to being missing. But when I have my cat in a car with me, I mean, I'm talking to it the whole time, right? I mean, aren't you? Oh, yeah, we'll be home soon. And how could you forget your kid? When you go in the house, wouldn't it be a routine to take your kid out of the carrier? I don't know. Yeah, he did. He pulled him aside. It was supposed to be a supervised visitation, and he did pull him aside. He said he wanted to talk to him about Summer. Wonder what he really did want to talk to him about. Wonder why the boys haven't talked or said anything in all this time. And I know they've been interviewed by forensic psychologists this whole entire time. They were actually put where they were because it was in close proximity to a forensic psychologist. Wow, people are really trashing on Pam. Um, do you think so, Lesia? I don't know if they had said anything that amounted to criminal neglect. They would have arrested Don and Candace by now. Because, separating them and putting them in jail might be more likely to talk. I doubt it. Although Don never shuts up. He doesn't say anything that makes any sense. Candace will never talk. Candace knows, and she will never talk. Well, that's nice of you, Don. Yeah, it is sad. It's a sad situation, I gotta say. I don't know. It seemed like they were, honest, good, caring people at the beginning, and so that must still be there. I don't know that much about addiction, so, but I know it must be pretty bad. And then Cam even admitted to being on Xanax, even while he was saying he was in recovery. So, no, that's not recovery. That's using drugs. Yeah. Don's a loudmouth. You know what? He was never involved with the Mexican cartel, in my opinion. He never went to Knoxville and gave away $2,000 worth of cocaine while the cops watched him. He likes to have you think he's a big-time drug dealer. But seriously, I mean, he can't get away with anything. The guy steals panties out of women's laundry rooms. He's gotten caught constantly. Look at his record. He's not a very successful criminal. So, yeah, I don't think I'd be scared of him either. Unless you're a kid. Although I don't know, Candace, she's tried to kill every member of her family at least once, right? And you can't say that about Don. I mean, Candace literally beats up everyone she's ever come into contact with. Although I bet she hasn't hit Allie. I shouldn't make fun of her. She likes to punch people in the face, and she broke Don's eardrum. Yeah, I think I'd be out of the three of them. I think Candace is the most violent, and I think Candy is the most devious. Don is just an ass, a lying asshole, a malignant narcissist. Don said Cam came up there high one day, but Don's high constantly. So why would that be? Don, did you discuss that with him? Did you confront him on that? Oh, Rapunzel, I do not agree with you on that. She was beating up kids in grade school. She stabbed her principal in the leg with a pencil. She tried to drown her sister in a pool. She pulled a knife on her father and sister, okay? And those were all when she was a minor. So she had a very violent history. I wish my cat would quit jumping on my stomach. She had a very violent history as a child already. Yeah, I think the drugs and drink exacerbated that, yes. And I think she's mainly drinking now. Boy, I don't know. Candace is pretty tough. I wouldn't want to run up on her. Don, are you going to tell me? Did you call Don on this Cambian High? They did seem to have a falling out with them, didn't they? I wonder if that was behind it. Remember, Cam was 100% behind Don and Candace, and then all of a sudden, he was a little more open-minded. Like, oh, maybe they did it. I don't know. That's interesting. And yet they let Benny up there. And who else? Yeah, I know, but that was Allie. Sylvia. I've never heard Allie say anything that was true, literally. Anything about Rose, about Candace. Anything she said is a lie. And she just has a grudge against Candace and would say anything to implicate her in any kind of crime. But yeah, the missing time. Now, if they didn't tell Hunter, what would Allie know about it? Okay, here, I'm going to ask you this. What would Allie know about that missing time? She wasn't there. All she would know was what Hunter told her, right? And if TBI or FBI, TBI, didn't tell Hunter he couldn't talk about it, why would they tell Allie she couldn't talk about it? Maybe because they know Allie's a liar. They didn't want Allie out there lying about it. Yeah, I don't think they told Allie that. She wouldn't even know anything to tell, right? Nobody has ever asked. No. She hasn't had anything to do with it, but she definitely knows what happened. And we know she told her best friend that she lied to law enforcement. She was there with them. I'm going to go back over that Ziggy V, her conversation with Candy, and see how that matches up. Does anybody remember that? Oh, Miss Chewy, you're killing me. Oh, you know that's when Candace and Candy fell out, right? When Candy gave that interview, because she screwed up, and then Candace was livid. She wouldn't speak to Candy after that. That's when she left and went to Kathy's. And then Candy hitched up her trailer and left before Candace came back. Benny had the money. Did Candace say he took the money? Where did he get money? He's always begging for money. I don't know, they're all a bunch of scammers, aren't they? Hi, my wrench. During the interview with Chris M., when he said when she finally answered the phone, H looked at Allie and Allie looked at her mother. When who finally answered the phone? I'm not following that. I guess I missed that part. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Don. Taco Bell actually sounds good. What do I have here to eat? Oh my God. I had DoorDash deliver my dinner like 2.5 hours ago. It's still sitting here. When who finally answered the phone? When H said when she finally answered the phone. Are you talking about when Don called Candace? I'm just curious. I don't think I have any mods here anymore, do I? Oh, Annabelle, you're still here. Oh, yeah, Miss Chewy, I made you a mod too. He was trying to call Allie and she never picked up. Yeah, there's something going on there, isn't there? That's the problem with us trying to figure this out, is that everybody involved is a liar. Don, Candace, Candy, Allie, Bobby, you know, we don't is credible. Absolutely not. So how do what the heck is happening? Hello, Patty A. Why can't I that's really weird. Okay, I can't highlight. Okay. There we go. When was he trying to call Allie? I don't remember that. When are you talking about that he was trying to call Allie and she didn't answer the phone? Oh, I'm sorry, Chewy. That's weird. Yeah, I couldn't highlight comments. Okay, and the interview went ask about what? Oh, now it's doing anything. Yes, study to get it. You're right. Then he sat right in front of Allie too, didn't he? Okay, I guess I got technical problems here with StreamYard, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but I don't want to annoy everybody, so okay. After Candace called to say Summer was missing. Well, that's interesting. Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, they were at a game. They were at a different game. You're right. They were at a different ballpark than Hunter. Yep, that's correct. So that could be why. She either had it shut off or, yeah. Okay, I'm going to end it. I like to keep it at 2 hours, just so people don't get bored listening to me later. Okay, thanks everybody for being here. I think we had a good conversation. Some people brought up some good points, especially like that they had never seen Candace or Candy using vapes. That was a really good one. So I think we got a lot. Yeah. We got a lot more to think about. Thanks, Rapunzel. Yes. Missy, my pie, Miss Chewy, Emily, my wrench, Patty, Rapunzel. I think that's all that's still here. Oh, Rakes, Jen, R. Thank you. Anna Lou. Okay. I think we had a great time. We got a lot to think about. And we'll talk later. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you.